Okay, for the next video, what we're going to do is I think we'll create this extrusion down here, and we'll probably create that extrusion, and we may end up creating this one as well. So we'll create this extrusion and rotate it around using the pattern. But the first thing we want to do is get our orientation. So the top view looks something like this, and we're going to go in there and we're going to create a sketch plane. So we'll go to sketch and just pick that face. Don't have to create a work plane on there. And we'll start drawing. So we'll zoom in here a little bit. And I'm going to draw a circular deal here. Then I'm going to draw some lines. And it has to go back in there now a little ways. And that's my general shape. Now I'm going to go in there and trim this out of there. Okay, and now I'm going to go back to that front, or excuse me, the top. And I want to be careful here now because I need to go to the wireframe. And I need to make sure that this line is somewhere in between the outside and the inside of that thickness of that wall. Now I can also go to the right side and see that it is inside this area here and that area there. You can see the line, the end of the line. So I'm good on that. I just have to make sure that I stay on that. Okay, and I'm going to turn my shading back on. Okay, so now what I want to do is put in some dimensions. And I know the radius of this wants to be, I believe it's 0.75. And I want that thing to be lined up. I'm going to go back to the top view. I want to make sure that's lined up there. So I might do something like this, add a relation between that center point and that point, although it's not letting me grab the center. Okay, we'll go there then. That and that, we don't want intersection. So I'll put a dimension. I can't put a dimension. I have to have a relation, which I think that center point is going to be okay. And there's nothing. I can't go coincident on that. So I think I'm alright. I'm there. Notice it's not moving. So it's locked in. And let's see, we'll go in there. We've got that radius, or let's see, we got to put another dimension in. The center point here, the center point there. And I missed it somehow. Well, I'm going to have to go in there and project a point, I guess. Or maybe make an axis. Let's just try putting a point at the intersection there and see what it does. It should be on that plane. Well, alright, I got one more try here. Need to pick the arc, not the point. That's what it was trying to tell me. That radius is, I believe there's somewhere that tells us that, yeah, there's based on a 15-inch diameter, so it's 15 divided by 2. Okay. Now again, I have to be careful because I'm pretty close there on that line now. So I'm going to drag it now. I thought I was going to drag it. Okay, well, let me drag it, so I'll put in a dimension from this to there. And we'll make it 1.2. And that should go in there just fine. Now again, we can go back and look at our right side view and see that it's inside there. And it still says it's underdefined, so let's see. And actually, I might be able to go with that add relationship now. In that point right there. And none of those really, the coincident, I guess. See, that just won't get it. What I'd really like to see, there's vertical or something to that effect. But I'm not getting it. One thing I noticed, yeah, there's my tangent. There's my tangent there. So I think I'm good. It looks like, and if I went and did a fix, add a relation, and grabbed this piece here and fixed it. I thought that might take care of it, but obviously not. I don't see anything else that I'm missing there. So I'm going to just go ahead and right click and finish the sketch and go ahead and draw the extrusion. So I extrude the boss and I'll grab, it's acting like there's something. Yeah, there it goes. Merge results. The distance that thing needs to bump up is 1/2 inch. Okay. Now, notice it may not be okay on that line. See how we've got some material left? If that line is straight, you've got an issue. And it is straight. So now what we have to do is we can go in there and click on this and make that, let's make it 1.3. The key here is we've got to be real careful. We don't want to go too far. Or now you can see that there's no gap in there. If we go too far, then from the bottom side, you would actually see a piece sticking through right in here. So you have to be careful there. Okay, then what I would do, next I'd probably hit the save button. Got something worth saving. I guess I'd go in there and put in the hole next. And it is a counterbore hole. It's actually, yeah, it's got the first diameter is 0.88. The counterbore diameter is 1.25. And the depth on that is 0.0625. 06. Be specific. And then I'll go to position, 3D sketch, right click, quick snap, center point, and grab the center point of that. Let's see. Oh, it said countersink, but that's a counter. I want counter bore, and then let's see, I might have something. Yeah, near side countersink is turned on, and I don't want that. That's what it was. And that goes all the way through. Then I guess the next thing would be to put fillets on after I save. Actually, yeah, I can go ahead and put some fillets on, I guess. Sometimes we wait on those. And that fillet is 0.125 unless otherwise specified, and I don't see that anywhere. So 0.125. And I'll pick this edge, that edge, and that edge. fill it again. Pick that edge. Now note it went all the way around. That's okay. And then finally we'll get the top. So now the other thing is this kind of needs to be cleaned up here. We might go back and take all three of those off. Hold the shift key and then we can delete them. Okay, so if we get, that was a little different filling process. Let's see. Let's go in there and grab that. Fill it this, it'll look a little different. Notice that looks a little better. It's rounded better. So that's a good thing. Okay, then we're going to do our linear, not our linear pattern, but circular pattern. And it's asking for the axis, so I can pick any of these cylindrical shapes. We don't want 4, we want 3, equally spaced. And notice all we got there was the fillet, so we still need to get a couple more pieces. So we need to get that and that. And it looks like I didn't get the hole. Interesting. It's not showing up here, but we're gonna go ahead and click it and see if it does it. Did not grab the hole. So we'll try them again. Circular pattern. Features to pattern. Okay, so we'll go in there and pick. There's your hole finally. And then the fillets. And then these fillets. I'm a little concerned that that's still showing up. There we go. And again, I want 3 equally spaced. I want it to be about that axis. And okay. So that takes care of those. Again, I'd probably hit the save button. Now I want to reorient this so that the top is, so we know this is the right orientation. And we're going to go, actually what we'd want to do next is maybe put in this boss here. To do that, I have to go find the right plane. I'm betting it's the front. And want to offset from that. So I want to go reference geometry plane. And I want it to be parallel, and I want the distance on that to be, let's see, comes out to the very front edge, or to the back edge, 4.13. That's the right direction. Then I'll make that the sketch plane. Okay, then we can go back and look at that from the front. Draw a circle. Dimension that. And that dimension is 1.5. And dimension from the center point to the bottom. And that's 4.5. And the other direction should be lined up. It says it's under define, so we'll go ahead and try to put a relation in there. Okay, then we do an extrusion. We picked it, and we need that to go 1.63. Merge. And there's my merge. Save that. Now on the drawing, what it tells you is you have to punch a hole through here first, and it's not the tap drill size, so be aware of that. So hole wizard. Looked like I already had something picked there. Okay, so we want that to be a threaded hole. Actually, the first hole is 0.53 diameter, so it's just a simple hole. At 118 degrees, let's say up to surface. The inside. Whoops, I forgot to do it again. 3D sketch, right click. Quick snap, center point. And there you have that. Now that's the hole that actually goes through to that surface there, because the pin of the screwed part has to go in there. And then we'll punch the other hole in. It's threaded, and that is a 5/8 11. Position. Now notice this time I didn't get any position on that as far as the 3D is concerned. So let's see if we can right click. Oh, and I also have a position out there, so let's get that out of there. Position, 3D sketch, again right click, quick snaps, center point, and let's see, the whole position is right. That is a 5/8 tapped. The only thing I didn't check on that was if we made that threaded. It's threaded. And we really want to say probably up to next. Actually, that wants to be up to surface. So we can pick this surface right here. Save. Okay, and that'll be the end of this video. Okay, this video will be to at least start the construction of the stock support base for the stock bracket for cold saw machine. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to start out with the shape that looks something like this. And we'll draw that sketch. and then revolve that. So the first thing I want to do is go to sketch. I'm in sketch. I should go to sketch mode, and I want to draw on the front face. And I'm going to start drawing some lines. And I'm actually going to start. I'll go ahead and start here and come out. And I just noticed one thing. I'm still in metric mode, so I need to go to Tools, Options here. And under Document Properties, go to Units. And I'll change that to inches, pounds, and seconds. And I'm going to change my display to 4 decimal places. And I'll do the same thing on, let's go ahead and do that on dimensions as well. So it's already there. Units, dimensions, that should be about it. Hit OK. And now we're ready to start drawing again. So we'll draw a line. Much better. And now you might want to draw a line up that way, and then we'll come back over. And then finally we'll go all the way to the bottom. Now that's not exactly what that's going to look like, but we'll go with that for now. So we'll put in some dimensions. And we'll go from this edge to this edge. Again, always get the outermost part. And I want that to be 17 inches divided by 2, I believe it is. And make sure you look on that second page in that packet that I gave you. There's a detailed drawing of that, but it's 17 divided by 2. Okay, again, always go with the outermost dimensions. Then it says that I need to go from this line to this point. That needs to be 12.85 divided by 2. Then from this line right here to, zoom in on that, this line needs to be 5.25 divided by 2. Now that looks a little bit out of whack there, doesn't it? So we're going to go in there and go from the bottom to the top. And that needs to be 12.25. Oops, daggone it. Okay. Then from there we'll note that this dimension for that line, from here to this point, if you will, needs to be 0.38. Looks a little better. It also says that from this line to this line needs to be, I believe it's 1 inch. And it also tells me now that that's fully defined. Now, however, I'm going to move this dimension up here just to get it out of the way. Note that there will be a chunk of this cut out. So what we need to do is draw another line along here somewhere, coming out this way. There's going to be another line up this way. We don't know how long it is or anything like that. We'll end the chain. We're going to draw another line that goes up this way. And then we can put some dimensions on those as well. On some of that, the dimension from this line to this line is and that's an angle of degrees, so we don't want that. We want that to be in inches. Oh, the first thing I have to do is make that parallel. So we'll add a relation between these two lines and make those parallel. Now we'll put that dimension back in. And that number is 0.63. Now the dimension from this down to the base is 3.25. And we'll just move that out there, out of the way. Now then I can do a trim. Trim this line out and trim that line out. And now finally then what we have to do is go in there and put in a, oh, let's see, what else do we have, anything? I think that's the main thing. So now what we have to do is we're going to put in some gauge points for this line. Actually, I'm going to delete this line. So I need to put in a point. I need to put one in here somewhere. And another one in here somewhere. And I need to dimension those. So I'll come from this line to the point. Okay, let's try it again. I grabbed something that I wasn't supposed to grab there. That's a little better. And that number needs to be half of 4.5. 4.5 divided by 2. And then I need another dimension from that center line out to this line. And that needs to be 4.75 divided by 2. Then I need to go in there and put in a distance from the bottom up to this point. And that's 5.55. And then I need to go from this point to the bottom, 7.85. And now those are my gauge points to put in, I'll move that up a little bit. Those are my gauge points to put in a new line. So I'll draw a line in there between these 2 points. Done with that. And then I can extend this line. Well, let's see, we're not going to get that. It's going to extend the wrong way on that, so this one needs to be extended out. Then I can extend this. Then I want to trim that back out. Okay, then finally what I need to do is go in there and draw a circle. And I'm just going to draw that out here in space somewhere. Put in a dimension. Now be careful, that's a diameter, and it's asking for a radius, so it's 0.5 times 2. Okay. And then we're going to go in there and add some relations between this, and actually I probably need to move that over a little closer, about right there. And I'm going to add a relation, and all I did was drag that over between this circle and that line, tangent, right click, and I can actually just delete that line. I still need the arc, and I need this line here, tangent. Oh, better undo that. Now that line should have been, notice how this has got the coincident, this one should have been coincident too. So let's see what happened there. Add relation between this line and that point, coincident. And now that shouldn't jump. So really I'm glad it did. I didn't mean for it to, but we'll go in here and grab that, make them tangent, and there you can see it turned out a little differently that time. Okay, so let's zoom in on that. And we'll note on the right side, you can see it already. It needs to be trimmed out. So we'll use the trim command. We'll trim the arc. And then we'll trim this line out. And we'll note that if we keep zooming in on that, we need to trim, trim too much. Let's trim out that. Okay. And that takes care of that shape. Now let's see, it says it's underdefined. So let's see what else could we give it that needs to be. I'm not so sure that there's anything that really, one thing we can do here is we can add relation, and we'll fix that line. And then we'll add relation and fix that line. and notice that locks it in place. We'd lost our origin, so it's still at the origin, but we had lost that. So now that thing is ready to do a revolution. So we'll exit the sketch, and we'll do a revolved base, and the axis will be this line right here. Now make sure that it doesn't say that it's going to be a thin feature. It needs to be a solid. So and it really doesn't matter which way you flip that direction. It's 360 degrees. Note that you could go, if you only wanted half of that, and then if you flip it, it'll do different things as far as that goes. There you can see that it's flipped. So you can actually go at any angle there. We want 360. We want the full sweep. Let's see, it should be crunching. There we go. So that's the original shape there. I think we'll stop there. We'll go in next in and add some more. Well, let's go ahead and punch a hole through there just for fun. We'll do the hole wizard. And it's a simple hole. The hole size on that is 3.001, so I'm going to say show custom sizing. 3.01. And then we'll go in here and blind, and actually that probably could just be up to next, or we could say up to a surface. I don't know that I want to go through all because there might be something added later. Let's see if up to next will take care of it. It doesn't. So we'll go in. Oh, shoot, I forgot to place the position. If I use that 3D sketch, if I right click, quick snaps, center point snap, and grab that arc, now I should be good. And I'll rotate that around to make sure that it does do what it says it does. So I'm good there. And next thing I'll do, probably I should have done it before, is hit save. Okay, now that we're saved, we're good to go on that. That's all I want to do on this video, and we'll pick up with some more parts here in just a minute.